News here on First Take. According to Shams, LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. This comes after more than 20 days since he announced that he will be leaving the Los Angeles Lakers.
The East looks like it's gearing up for season 9 of Game of Thrones. The Knicks won the championship, Jalen Brunson won Finals MVP, and they crowned him the King of New York. Then the Philadelphia 76ers said, I see your king, and I raise you a LeBron James. Now let me know in the comment section, is the Eastern Conference now stronger than the West based on what took place this summer? Now we need to discuss who is going to knock off the New York Knicks. Before we get into that, let's take a trip down memory lane and review how they performed in the playoffs last season. Karl Anthony Towns had no clue what his role was on the team heading into the playoffs. OG Anunoby was not healthy. Mikal Bridges had everybody questioning, why did we give up 5 first-round picks for this dude if he's not going to score the basketball? Then you have Jalen Brunson. He's really your end-all, be-all. He can score at any given moment he wants to. He can get anywhere on the basketball court, and he is the clutchest player in the NBA. He's just a winner at heart, so you're leaning heavily onto his abilities to drag you through certain situations in the playoffs. You get into the first round, and it looks like the Hawks got your number. They're up 2-1 after 3, and then all of a sudden, the switch flips. You win that series 4-2. Then the next round, you're facing the Philadelphia 76ers, a team that's coming off a situation versus the Boston Celtics in which they were down 3-1. They scratch, they claw, they fight their way back. They win that series in 7. They are mentally and physically beaten up going into that series with the Knicks. Knicks made light work of them. Made it quick and easy and painless. Got them up out of there in 4 games. Then you go into the conference finals versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I'm going to sum this up simple as possible. Game 1, the 4th quarter, Jalen Brunson walked James Harden down, turned the tide in that game, and that set the tone for the rest of the series, got them up out of there in 4 games. Then you go into the NBA Finals. The Spurs are the clear favorites. Everybody's picking them. Everybody's leaning on Wemby, the defense of the Spurs, how great they're playing, their toughness. It happened in 1999. It's going to happen again. And the Knicks took that personal. Their experience kicked in, their tenacity, their drive, their relentlessness, and their never say die attitude, considering the fact they were down every single game by double digits, and they managed to fight their way back every single night to win that series in 5 games. But we got to take a look at the field and figure out who's going to be able to stand toe-to-toe with the New York Knicks. Let's start with Washington. When you look at the Washington Wizards, you have A.J. DeBonta, the first overall draft pick. He's going to be great years down the line, but if you had Anthony Davis and Trae Young healthy throughout the course of the year, standing side by side with him, they can be a team that you have to respect every single night. The Indiana Pacers get Hallie back. You have Hallie, Siakam, Zubac. You have Hallie who can give you 20 and 10. Siakam's going to give you 20 to 23 points every single night. Then you have Zubac, who's going to give you 18 and 11, 18 and 10. Hallie being the floor general that he is, if you go into the playoff series versus them, they can push you to 6. They can push you to 7. And don't let it be crunch time. Hallie is going to hit a miracle shot to upset you. I typically don't have anything good to say about Cleveland because you still have James Harden. You still have Donovan Mitchell. They don't need LeBron James. They need the ability to look Jalen Brunson eye to eye and say, I'm going to match you bucket for bucket. I'm not going to back down. And on top of that, I'm going to dig my heels in and get a stop defensively. Until that happens, the Cavs are going absolutely nowhere. The Detroit Pistons, Jalen Duren's contract situation is the issue right now. If they clear that up and help him realize that the 19 and 10 you gave us in the regular season should have improved, but it didn't, and it was almost cut in half. So no, sir, you're not getting $287 million that you did not earn. Thompson, you need a 15-footer. You need a mid-range game. If those two things happen, the Pistons are going to have home court advantage again in the playoffs. The Orlando Magic, I seen Paolo Banchero working out with Kevin Durant. That's great. But if that team cannot stay healthy and be on the floor, they will be mediocre and they will not have any continuity going into the playoffs. Heck, they may not even make the playoffs. Toronto Raptors, hey, the idea is that Kawhi Leonard is being traded for Brandon Ingram. If that happens, the Raptors are going to be elite defensively, and they're going to have a closer in Kawhi Leonard. He played 65 games last year and had a career high in points. If that Kawhi Leonard shows up in Toronto, it's going to be a problem. The only thing we need Kawhi to do is stay off of Pablo Torre's podcast. And I think it is the new cool thing to be disrespectful towards the Miami Heat. Let me count the ways. Eric Spoelstra, one of the best coaches in NBA history. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's one of the best power forwards of all time, and he's a top 5 player in the NBA. Bam Adebayo, one of the 5 best defenders in the NBA every single season. Then you talk about the shooting. We have 5 or 6 players on our roster that shot 37% or better from 3, with 2 of those individuals shooting better than 43%. Then you add Tim Hardaway Jr., who shot 41% last season. Oh, mind you, our point guard is one of the best defensive point guards in the entire NBA, and he has one of the best assist-to-turnover ratios in the league. You add in the fact that we could be looking at DeRozan or Bradley Beal being added into the mix, the Miami Heat will garner enough respect by the end of the season that you're not willing to give them right now. The Boston Celtics, if Paul George is healthy, if he's well, if he's moving well, if he's scoring well, if he's playing defense the way he did in the playoffs versus the Boston Celtics last season, we're going to see a Boston Celtics team in the 50-win categories. And then you have to factor in Jason Tatum. He cut his season short, cut his playoff run short. But when you think of the fact that he missed an entire year, was able to come back and at least be respectable on the basketball court, having a full offseason, not to come back, but to improve, he's going to be just fine because he's a guy that can impact the game in more ways than one. Now, for the Philadelphia 76ers, I went and talked about them at length in this video that's down below in the description. Check that out to see the full comments I have on the 76ers. But pretty much, they have the best starting 5 in the NBA. Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Jalen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, and VJ Edgecombe. You look at the bench, you have Simons, you have KCP, you have Dean Wade. They are going to be built for the long haul. LeBron is out, you still have people that can step in. Joel Embiid is out, you still have people that can step in. The issue is going to be Nick Nurse. Can you create enough continuity in that starting lineup to make a deep postseason run and potentially face the New York Knicks? That is going to be something that they have to figure out. But in my very, very biased opinion, the Miami Heat is the darkest of all the horses in the Eastern Conference that can stand toe-to-toe with the New York Knicks. But let me know in the comments, is the Eastern Conference now stronger than the West based on the summer that they just had? That's one more for the good guys.
I'm tired of being humble. I'm tired of letting people think they got a chance. This is my show. This is my camera.